Have you seen this?
Acá, hoy defendiendo el agua, de la mafia y de la corrupción minera y de este gobierno que está entregando todo el agua de la cordillera a las corporaciones mineras extractivistas, porque ya negociaron, porque lo único que hacen es vender nuestros territorios para llenarlos de agua, de cianuro, de mercurio, para dinamitar absolutamente todo.
This tension is not isolated to Argentina. It reflects a broader ideological shift associated with the return of the radical right in the region. It's a reconfiguration of the political imagination in which nature is subordinated to sovereignty and growth imperatives. Under Jair Bolsonaro, political discourse combined nationalism, conservative Christianity, and hostility toward environmental regulation with the slogan Brasil acima de tudo e Deus acima de todos. Within this framework, national sovereignty was mobilized to justify the expansion of agribusiness and extractive activities in protected areas, particularly in the Amazon. The weakening of environmental institutions, the erosion of indigenous land protections, and the facilitation of mining projects were not isolated decisions but components of political projects in which environmental degradation becomes structurally embedded. However, reducing this evolution to a purely logical rejection of ecology would be insufficient. What is at stake is a deeper transformation in the way nature is conceptualized within political economy. In this context, nature is no longer understood as a system of ecological interdependencies, but as a stock of raw materials available for production and accumulation. This logic is rooted in capitalism. In Latin America, this tendency is intensified by a long history of extractivism and dependency, which has structured the region in session and global markets, with what scholars name sacrifices zones, where environmental degradations become normalized in the name of development. For example, in Chile with mining regions, even in Colombia under Ivan Duque. Furthermore, this evolution leads to environmental authoritarianism. This notion designates a form of power in which coercion becomes central to securing access to natural resources, dismantling territorial protections, and control affected population. This dynamic is further shaped by structural asymmetries in the global economy. In this configuration, environmental costs remain localized while economic benefits are externalized. This asymmetry also helps explain why environmental authoritarianism takes different forms across regions. In the global north, it may be associated with eco-fascist tendencies that combine environmental protection with exclusionary policies, whereas in global south, it more often manifests through intensified extractive practices, where the imperative of resource exploitations overrides ecological and social considerations.